Yeah, this is the week of war in Ukraine. Attacks, killing, Ukrainian police trying to save it. They're taking Crimea and Syria, where the terrorists are killing people, torturing people, butchering people, slaughtering people. This is the war that's going to happen. This is a war that's going to happen. This is a war that's going to happen. But do people realize the effects that it's going to have on human life, on the human being, on the men and women and children? It's already had its effects on the men and women and children in Syria, since the children are being taken from Malaya and sent in there to have war. This is a war that's going to come. So just what we need is another war on this planet. But I guarantee you, this is a war that's going to come. This is Ukraine. This is a sovereign country. We're all sovereign countries. We're all the human race. We're all the human beings. And nobody has the right to invade another nation. Nobody has the right to invade another nation. Nobody has a right. You could protest, but protest the right way. Protest not right. Just throwing boxes and bottles and shooting each other and killing each other. It's just the loss of human life. It's the loss of human innocence. You know, the purified bloodline and DNA of the human race is the human race. That's the purified bloodline. So there's no religion involved in it. It's a purified bloodline of the human race. In Ukraine, Syria, and Russia, they're all killing each other. They're all killing each other. It's just killing each other. Every day, new wars or new parts of war break out. New protests break out. Rocks are thrown, bottles are thrown, people are shot, people are killed, This is the human news. This is the human news as it should be done. Does it affect the human life? You damn right it does. People cry. People scream. People run and hide for their lives. People don't think how it affects human lives. That people have to run and hide. And can't come out of their house or be afraid or sit in their house and be afraid for their children and their people. But there's going to be war here. There's going to be war here. That's the human truth. That's the human fact. That's the human life. That's the human reality. Is there is going to be war here. Like I said, it's human news here. Human effect. People are going to cry. People are going to scream. People are going to get killed. People are going to be tortured. People are going to be raped. Since they call rape an act of war now, which is the most insidious thing I ever heard in my life. But they do it in India for punishment. This is the sadness of human life. That really breaks my heart. So I thought President Putin was a better man than this. I thought President Putin was a better man than this. Turns out I was wrong. Turns out that he's another George Bush. There's another George Bush, just a war criminal. Because he started a war in Iraq that should have never been started. Putin starting a war in Ukraine that shouldn't be started. Isn't there enough killing of the human race? Isn't there enough killing of the human race? The Ukrainian people, the Russian people, I don't care who it is. But the Ukrainian people have done nothing to Russia. They protested to get their president. That's all. They did enough killing on their own. Let them run their own country. If you want to be Russian, go back to your own country. Don't take somebody else's country. This is the sadness of human life. I believe in the rights of all human beings. But they're not going to have no rights. They're not going to have no rights because they're going to be told what to do. They're power playing in towns, cities. They're taking over town halls, city halls. And people aren't going to be able to do nothing. What are people going to do for food? What are people going to do to eat? What are people going to do for the poverty? What is Russia going to do for the sanctions? What is Russia going to do for the sanctions? It's going to cut their money off, cut their money supplies off. What are they going to do for their people to get the food? These are questions you have to ask. These are questions that aren't asked in the news. What are they going to do to get these people food when the bombs start falling and the missiles start going off and the gunfire starts going off? There are already tanks and mortars going off and bombs. What are these? What effect does they have on the human life? How are they going to eat? How are they going to get fresh water? As the buildings are blown apart, the water's lost, and the electric's lost, and the power's lost. They won't be able to go to the toilet. Where are they going to get clean water from? This is the human part of life that they don't tell you about. This is the human part of war that they don't tell you about. There'll be no power, there'll be no electric, there'll be no water, there'll be no cleanliness. This is a mess. It's nothing but a shit mess. He invaded the country he had no right to invade. And I know people may not have liked that. But pro-Russians should go back to Russia, period. You should get out of Crimea. You should get out of Slovenia. Slovenia, and stop the killing. Stop the killing now. What do you want to be known as the next Hitler? Does President Putin want to be known as the next Adolf Hitler? It's got to stop. George Bush did in Iraq. He's a war criminal. He should have been tried as a war criminal. So should President Putin, because it's not right to invade another country. You use diplomacy. Use human words. But they don't look at the human effect that it's going to have on the human lives. They're going to bomb out, blown out buildings, and people aren't going to be able to go to the bathroom. People aren't going to be able to eat. People aren't going to be able to get clean water. People aren't going to be able to shower. People aren't going to be able to live. People will be afraid to walk down the street for fear they'll walk into a gun battle. These are the human parts of human life. These are the human effects of war. That's the human fact. That's the human truth. That's the human news. This is the 7 billion human being news. Human effects of war. Thank you for watching. Please, view the videos. Please, and understand what's going on. Thank you.